Hello, ladies and gentlemen of VHS Horror, and welcome to the new episode of the Unnamed Podcast, the Classic VHS Podcast. The Unnamed Podcast is actually an old, controversial podcast I had on my other channel with my buddy Aaron. It's pretty bad. It's definitely not a series I'm going to leave up on the channel right now. Right now, everything is private because of 2 false strikes. 1 strike for showing a man boob. 1 strike for advertising ad block. I don't know if they're allowed doing that, because that's not against the rules, so I don't know if they're allowed striking me for those things. But I'm not going to bother trying to fight it, I'm just going to let them do it. Anyway, so welcome back to the VHS Podcast. I know it's been a while. I don't like taking long breaks, because, I don't know, I just don't. Because I feel like if you guys are liking the series, you might grow tired of it and not be interested if I do another video. I don't know. But it's been a while. Anyway, I was doing a video just a few minutes ago where I was going to talk about Friday the 13th and what I thought about that, kind of like my thoughts on Leatherface video. And then I got the idea to do Friday the 13th. I got the idea to do A Nightmare on Elm Street. And then after that, I might talk about controversial movies. Excuse me. So, Nightmare on Elm Street. I want to talk a bit about Freddy Krueger. So, I really liked Freddy Krueger. He's a great horror character. He's a great villain. The look of him, the way he acts, his personality, he's a great guy. I say great guy. He's a bad guy. He's a dream demon who can do whatever he wants. Kind of like a god, but in your dreams only. So he can't do anything to you outside of that unless you bring him out of the dream world. But when you're in your dream, that's when he's God. That's when he gets the final say. And before I go any more into this video, I wanted to say, I don't know if the audio's messed up. My lore videos I recorded earlier were really crap sounding, so my apologies if this is hard to hear. I might scrap this video, I might not. But anyway, Freddy Krueger is just a great villain. I can't imagine how they come up with these characters because I write horror, actually. I do a lot of horror writing, and some of my stories are very original. I'm not going to go into detail about them because I plan on getting them published, and not to say my community would steal any ideas, but the internet is full of thieves, and I'm not going to share my original story ideas. You might be saying, oh, it's not a big deal, whatever, just tell us. Well, it's not that important anyway. But when I make up characters and stuff, I feel I do a good job, but I don't know how they come up with such amazing ideas as these. Now, Michael Myers, that was an okay idea. You know, nothing too special, honestly. Yeah, he's got a good backstory, but as far as the character himself, he's just a masked man who's pretty much unstoppable, killing people. And then Jason Voorhees, not to upset my Friday the 13th viewers, I'm fairly certain that he's just a copy or a rip of Michael Myers. Of course, he's got his own story and his own appearance and everything, but I'm pretty sure the idea was just ripped off from Halloween. Especially considering the second movie, Friday the 13th Part 2, Part 3 actually, was going to have Ginny back, Amy Steele as the main character, in a hospital. Wonder where that sounds familiar, huh? Definitely not Halloween 2. Anyway, I don't know how they come up with such amazing ideas. Like, Freddy Krueger is a great character. Like, there's no way, I could sit here and think for hours. I could not come up with the idea of a dream demon and all this stuff. And even if I did, I couldn't use it because even if something like that was to get published, someone would be like, hey, this is obviously just a rip-off, and it's definitely not simply inspired. It is a straight rip-off of Nightmare on Elm Street. But whatever, I'm amazed by some of the creativity of some of these movies, especially Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, Freddy Krueger, I want to talk about his backstory, because the main thing I thought of when I was making my other video that I ended up deleting was, in my head, I thought, Freddy Krueger had a really different backstory. And that's what made me want to make this video. Now, if you don't know, Freddy Krueger was not a child killer. And maybe you know what he was? I'll give you a minute to think about it. It'll surprise you if you don't know. Freddy Krueger was a rapist. Yeah. Freddy Krueger would kidnap your kids, but he'd be doing something else, not just killing. I mean, he would kill afterwards, but it wasn't just killing. that ended up getting changed because I believe they thought there was going to be some serious controversy or something. I don't remember what it was, why they changed it. I'm glad they did. I'm pretty sure I talked about this because something's coming back to me. But I don't know if I would have liked the idea. That was, I believe, made a thing in the remake. The remake of Nightmare on Elm Street with the lizard-looking Freddy. And when I say that out loud, I remember talking about this. I don't know if it's on this channel or my other one, but I remember talking about this lizard-looking Freddy, the one in the remake. So, the new Freddy he was a janitor or something at the school, and he took kids into the basement or wherever in his secret room, and he would do stuff, take pictures. And, yeah, they ruined Freddy Krueger, to me anyway. They ruined him. Now, the older Freddys, the ones played by Robert Englund, those are still amazing to me. It's a great character. But the remake Freddy he's ruined to me. If they do a sequel to the remake, I won't be able to enjoy it as much because he's just way too different. Now, appearance-wise, yeah, similar, not exactly the same, because the face looked way too ugly. And not ugly in a scary sense, ugly in a stupid sense. Not to bash on the actor himself, because I'm sure that was the shape of his face, but I found Freddy looked too much like a lizard. I don't know if that's just me, but when I think of the remake Freddy, I think of a lizard. He just looked too bad. I don't know. Anyway, I really love the character of Freddy. He's just awesome, but what they did in the remake was so bad, and I don't really want to talk too much about this because I'm getting memories of doing the same thing in a podcast, but I don't know if I did or not on this channel, so I'm going to try to make this quick. Freddy Krueger was a ped, and he did stuff with kids, and then I'm sure after that he would kill them, or maybe he killed them before, and I don't know, because we never got that side of Freddy in the original movies. What he was is he was a child killer, and that added to his character. I don't know what it added, it was just a better story, okay? The remake was so bad. It was just so awful. If you watch the remake, if you never watched the movies, I hope I didn't spoil too much for you besides what Freddy's like. But if you watch the movies, please watch the old ones first. Don't watch the remake. If you do watch the remake, watch it afterwards. Even watch New Nightmare before it. That one wasn't really my favorite. It was like a wall-breaking movie where... Excuse me. I believe it is canon, but basically Freddy haunts the actors. So Heather Langenkamp, and then there was this other woman. I'm not going to say Patricia Arquette because I don't know if that was her or not. It was some blonde woman. And then I don't know if Johnny Depp was in it, but, you know, Robert Englund, he was also in the movie. I forget who played Freddy, if it was Robert Englund or Wes Craven, or what it was. Anyway, his look was different. It was inspired by Wes Craven's original design. And it's not too bad, but because we've seen Freddy in the older movies, that's what we want to see in this movie, not, you know, your original idea for him. But it's still good, nonetheless. I've never finished the movie. I believe I made it an hour into it, or maybe 40 minutes, or somewhere around 40 to an hour. I never finished it, not because it's bad, but because I just never got back to it. And it's not really my favorite. Not to say it's bad, because again, I've never finished the movie, but I just can't get into it. Just like Halloween, not H20, but the one after, I think it's called 20 Years After or something, I don't know. But the movie after H20, Halloween Resurrection I think it's called, I've never watched that yet. And I watched all the Halloween movies back to back, and I never watched that one yet. I don't know if it's because on the inside I didn't like H20. I believe I did, but maybe on the inside I'm like, no, we didn't really enjoy that movie. Let's not watch the next one. I've seen the remakes to Halloween. They're okay. They kind of ruin the character too, and I might end up making a video on that. But anyway, Freddy Krueger is just an amazing character, and I really loved him in the original movies. Robert Englund is an amazing actor, but the remake was just too bad. Just way too awful. And I'm sure there are some of you watching who love the remake. And I'm sure some of you, or at least one or two of you, the remake is the only Nightmare on Elm Street you've watched. Not to say anything bad about you or your taste in movies, but if that's the only one you watched, I highly recommend watching the other ones. Specifically, 1 and 3, and yeah, just 1 and 3. They were my favorites. I liked all of them, but I think 1 and 3 were my favorites. 3, spoiler alert if you haven't watched them. Oh man, that's the only horror movie where I was like, oh no, a character died. I won't say who, but oh man, it really sucked. I like the character of Patricia Arquette. What was her name? Kristen, whatever her name was. I like that character, but not as much as Nancy. I like that character a bit more. So, again, spoiler alert. Her death really sucked. But the rest of the movies, they were great. I don't remember them too well, the other ones, but I don't remember what my thoughts were on Part 2, or the second movie, where Freddy tries to get into this guy's body or something. I don't know. But I don't remember what my thoughts were on that one. I guess I was just kind of glad that it was over. I'm sure I liked it, but not as much as the other ones. And then I know there was this other movie where Freddy met his daughter or his niece or something. I don't know what she was to him. But anyway, then she ended up killing him, and then that was the end of him. Freddy's, I don't know. Don't remember the name of the movie. I'm sure I liked it, but not as much as the other ones. I really don't know what else to talk about as far as Nightmare on Elm Street goes, because I don't know. Simple as that. I tried doing 2 or 3 other podcasts. This is the one I'm going to save, I think. But I tried doing 2 or 3 other ones. They were all bad. Scrapped them. So I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, the audio's not crap. And let's talk a bit about controversial movies. Recently, I watched a Serbian film. That's the actual name of it. It was really wow. Now, I understand why it's controversial. Personally, I didn't find it all that bad as far as the gore. I didn't find that stuff all that bad, considering we've seen worse in some other movies. But, oh my gosh. There's this one part at the end, spoiler alert if you haven't watched the Serbian film. Don't, by the way. Not because it's sick and disgusting, but because it's such a dumb movie. But, at the end, there's these 2 people with a tarp covering them or something, and you can't see them, all you see is their butts. And then Milos, or whatever his name was, and some other guy end up doing stuff to the butts, and then it is revealed that those people is Milos' son and his wife. His son of which is not, 18 or over. So that's what really made me go wow. Because they just showed rape like that in a movie. Now, obviously it was fake. But just the fact that they showed that in a movie was just insane. Like, really? You're showing someone rape a boy? It was just crazy. All the gore, it's fine. That's nothing that surprised me. But that scene in particular where they uncovered them and showed their faces, that part there made me just go, okay, now I understand why this is banned. Not banned, controversial. I'm sure it was also controversial for the gore. And specifically one part where Milos, he shoves something of his into a man's eye and kills him. I don't know how that works, if that can really kill someone. But yeah, he ended up doing that to someone, and that was pretty graphic. That's all censored in my kill count video. But wow, just thinking about it is kind of making me sick. I think it's only because I'm hungry, maybe, and that's what that feeling is, but ugh. Then I watched Solo, or 120 Days of Sodom, or something, whatever it's called. Wow, is all I can say about that movie. It was incredibly boring. It's an English movie, unlike a Serbian film, so you could sit down and watch it. The site I use to watch my movies, I will not give it away because I'm not going to support that stuff. But the site I watch my movies on, specifically those movies, because they're not on something like Netflix or something I can easily buy, the site had the visuals playing about 10 to 20 seconds before the audio. No, after the audio, so that made it really bad. Excuse me. So I couldn't have a proper experience viewing the movie, but I still tried my best to watch it. Oh my gosh, the last 30 about halfway in, they start doing poop stuff. Corpophilia, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's a poop fetish. They do poop stuff where they eat it and they bath in it. There's this one part where this dude poops on the floor. It's so stupid. There's this one part where he poops on the floor and he makes this girl eat it and he's just yelling at her, force it down or something like that. It's so bad. It is so stupid. I'm trying not to laugh too hard right now. I'm trying to control myself a little bit. But it is incredibly dumb. I could not watch. I did watch it, but I just couldn't oh my gosh, I couldn't enjoy it one bit. Obviously it's fake. I kept telling myself, especially when she was eating the poop for the first time, I was telling myself, this isn't real, this is fake, because surely it was. Surely no actress was like, hey, I want to go eat poop today in a movie. Not only would that be disgusting to do, but it would also be embarrassing for others to watch. But, yeah, I just kept telling myself, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake, it's fake. It did not help, especially when they brought out a big pot full of poop and gave it to everyone to eat. It's so bad. It is so bad, guys. I did a torture count for this video. I don't know if the video's up right now or not, but I did a torture count, and my apologies to you guys who wanted to watch all that stuff. It is heavily censored, especially the last part of it, because the last 10 minutes is just batshit insane. So basically these guys are like, you know what, let's just kill everybody. So that's what they do. They start torturing people, burning their nips, burning their weens, and one dude ends up getting his nipples burnt from this big metal rod. And then this woman gets raped, and then she is also hung in the movie. I need to specify the movie so YouTube isn't like, hey, you're supporting this stuff or something, because YouTube's a bit dumb. I don't really like to talk about this stuff because it's so bad. Not really that bad, but it's so stupid. And then there's this one part where the girl gets scalped, and then they just start peeling back her scalp. That's what scalping is. They cut out some guy's eyeball, and I'm like, okay, this is obviously fake, Not obviously fake, but this is fake. And then I don't know what the heck they peeled off his eye, but they peeled something off his eye. Something fell off. It might have been the prop itself falling apart. I don't know, but oh my gosh. It's nothing that made me sick at all, but it was so dumb and so stupid. And I hope to God, otherwise this is really weird, I hope the wieners in the movie were fake, because one of them in particular looked purple. Not to say I was looking at them in the movie, but in the torture scene, they are pretty much the focus. They are right there in the camera. That's why almost all the torture scenes in my videos, specifically the last few minutes, are extremely censored. But I hope they were fake, because they sure looked it. If not, some people need to go to the doctor, because some of them look really, really, really bad. Really weird, I should say. Not that I know what they look like. Well, many. I know mine, obviously. But not that I know what they look like, but I'm pretty sure they shouldn't look like the way they looked. Specifically a few of them. And I'm sure you heard that idiot on his bike. Yeah, again, I can report that to the police. They told me so. My gosh. Solo is just such a bad movie. I understand why it's so bad. Why it's controversial. So there's 3 movies in particular I was going to watch. A Serbian film, 120 Days, and then something else. I don't remember what it was. I'm gonna look it up afterwards, probably, and watch it and make a video on it, because you guys are sick and you like that stuff. You can't say you don't. I know you do, because I have over 1,000 views currently on a Serbian film kill count, which was insane to me because 1,000 of you wanted to watch that stuff. I get it. Dead Meat probably won't do a video on that. I don't watch Dead Meat's videos because I don't know if I said this in a video I kept or not. I don't watch Dead Meat because I don't want to get his ideas. Just like how I don't look at his channel at all. Because I might see something he's doing, like, oh hey look, he's doing this movie now, maybe I want to do it. Because then I'm sure some of his subscribers will see it and be like, hey, you're just copying and all this stuff. Personally, I don't care because he didn't invent kill counts. They're like an idea. And we both started, I think, at around the same time. Maybe I was a little bit before him. So just saying to his fans, before you want to say I'm copying anything, maybe, think twice a little bit before thinking I'm copying or whatever. Anyway, back to the kill count. Obviously, this is not stuff that Dead Meat will show you. And it's stuff that I won't really show you either because, again, heavily censored. But oh my gosh. If Dead Meat does do a video on it, I will watch it, dude. You do some kill counts or whatever on Salo, and I will watch that shit. And I will share it on every platform. I will share it with all my friends. I will get your video some attention. Obviously, it'll get attention already because you're a bigger channel, but I will share that shit around if you do a kill count on that movie. Because I'm telling you, man, that's not something that you're going to be able to show. I watched one or two of your videos when I first found your channel where you talked about not being able to do Saw because YouTube didn't like it. Dude, if you haven't seen these movies, and if you're somehow watching this video, you have to check this shit out. It's not even labeled as a horror, it's labeled as porn. This movie's labeled as a pornography rather than a horror or a gore film, splatter, whatever they call it. I hope at least one of your subscribers sees this so they can recommend watching that movie. Again, I'm not going to go over to his channel and recommend it because I don't want to see his videos and get ideas. Because who am I thinking of? Cinnamon Toast Ken. That's a YouTuber I watch sometimes. He was talking about how he doesn't watch other YouTubers because he doesn't want to get any ideas or let their... No, Average Baiters. He's a smaller guy, but he has a great channel. He was talking about how he doesn't watch MXR because he doesn't want his MXR's videos to influence how he makes his. Basically the same with me. I don't want to watch other kill counts. I know there are some other guys, in my related channels I see someone named Carnage Counts, I think. And there was another Dead Toll or something. Excuse me. Really gassy for some reason. Anyway, I don't watch their videos because I don't want to get influenced and be like, hey, I should do my videos this way. Maybe I'll start doing them like Dead Meat, or maybe I'll do them however the Carnage Counts guy do it. I don't know. I haven't even been on their channel. I have looked at Dead Meats. Because at one time, we were around the same subscriber level. I would say he was my competition. Not now. No, not now. He is pretty big. I think 600 subs? No, 600,000. I don't know how many he's got. But I do plan on watching his stuff when I end this channel, or at least at a point where I feel comfortable with not being influenced by others' videos. I do plan on watching his stuff. Because the one or two videos I've seen of his, he seems like a pretty likable dude. So, yeah, I'll probably end up watching his stuff. But man, I'm probably gonna tweet you. I don't know if you'll see it. I assume you have a Twitter, but I'm gonna tweet you this shit. I'm gonna tell you you gotta watch this stuff and make a video on it. And I really want everyone watching this video to go over to Dead Meat's channel and be like, can you do a kill count on a Serbian film? I really want to watch his commentary, what he has to think about it, what he has to say about it. Oh my gosh, a Serbian film is nothing compared to Salo though. There's too much poop stuff. Solo is something I would call a gay poop porn or something. I don't know. There's too many wieners, and there's too much poop. Way too much poop. After the guy pooped on the floor, that should have been it, but it wasn't. That shit was just getting started, pun intended. Oh man. So I don't know what I'll title this video. This is why I didn't want to do my lore videos today, because of that idiot on his bike. Thank you again for riding past my house. Specifically, my back window. Don't know why you're in my backyard, but I'll just put up a fence. Yeah, you like that. I'll probably title this like my thoughts on Freddy Krueger, controversial movies, Dead Meat or something. Because I also want Dead Meat to see it. Because I really do. I want a bigger channel. I want a bigger guy like him to watch that shit and make a video on it. I'm telling you guys, if you have a weak stomach and you cannot watch movies like Jackass because they puke in it, or you can't watch Saw because it's too bloody, you are never going to be able to watch these movies without at least throwing up a few times. They're not scary movies, but they are disgusting movies. Got a lot of wieners in them, both movies. So I guess if you're a chick and you like the more gross stuff, you might be into those. Ugh, my gosh. I'm glad to be back doing podcasts. I'm glad I'm doing this video right here, talking about poop porn, basically, and Freddy Krueger being a rapist. Should specify, because YouTube is stupid sometimes, flagging videos. Freddy Krueger is a made-up character in a movie. His character used to be a child rapist. I'm not saying anyone by the name of Freddy is that. I am specifically saying the character is. I know it sounds stupid, me having to say this out loud, but YouTube is dumb. I'll talk about my strikes before I end this video. I made a video that was exactly 10 minutes long. There was no ads on it, by the way. And the video was simply, well, on screen, you've seen like a blank screen with a YouTube logo, and it said, "This video is unavailable until you disable your ad block." Which was kind of like an ad for ad block right there. People didn't like it, I guess, and they got YouTube to take it down. And then, not even a day after that video, one of my Omegle videos got taken down. Because I showed a man boob. Well, not really a man boob, because I showed censored man boobs. Yeah. This is why I don't like YouTube. This is why I'm moving all my gaming content over to Facebook, because Facebook does not control your content. This is a movie channel. I would understand if we got striked every now and then. I would understand that completely. I don't own this content at all. This content solely belongs to the people who made these movies. So I would understand if this channel got strikes over my other one. But it's just insane to me that my other channel got strikes, 2 of them specifically, in less than 24 hours. Anyway, I'm glad to be back doing podcasts. I don't know how often I'll do them, just like I said when I made my first video. I'm not sure how often this series is going to be. I'm not sure how long it's going to be before I make another podcast. But either way, I'm thankful for every one of you guys. We recently hit 5 million views on YouTube. That was insane. Like, when I hit 1 million views, like, I just lost my shit. That was a big number. But 5 million. Even if we say a couple million of you guys watched my videos multiple times, at the very least, 1 million different people have seen my videos. Chances are, you guys, surely you guys have watched 1 or 2 of my videos on here, so I'm sure that there's not 5 million separate people who watch my videos, but just the fact that we have 5 million views is insane. So I want to thank all you guys for that. It really means a lot to me, and I'm sure it means a lot to the movie makers who make the money off these. I'm not trying to make a joke like, oh, I'm upset that I don't get the money. But seriously though, I'm sure they really appreciate it as well, because their movies are getting some attention and their movies are still making them money. Well, they were making them money anyways, because I'm sure they still sell their movies. But yeah, those 5 million views really do mean a lot to me and the guys who make the movies that you watch on my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm sure I will be back with more podcasts. When? I'm not really sure. And yeah. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys next time.